Hello, and welcome back to the Orville review show by Orc Rogues, because that sounds a lot better than whatever I said last week.
Yes, it does.
My name is Thomas.
And my name is Derek.
And of course, this is Orc Rogues, where we talk about everything nerdy, geeky, and just plain fun. And we are currently talking about the Orville. We are doing these episodes every week as a new episode of the Orville is released. And we are now on episode, what is it, 10?
10?
And you know, Seth MacFarlane.
It's hard to believe that it's been 10, right?
Yeah, it is hard to believe. But you know what? Seth MacFarlane's still knocking them out of the park.
He really is. We say that every week. Okay, and I'm only like a mild Seth MacFarlane fan, honestly. I mean, I liked Family Guy, and
Family Guy's good.
I
like Family Guy.
That's kind of it for me.
Yeah, I never was a big fan of American Dad.
Honestly,
never.
no.
Well, I don't think anyone was a big fan of Cleveland Show. But
that was a show.
It was a show.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And it was so bad that even Family Guy made fun of it.
Did they really? I missed that.
Yeah,
That's pretty
as soon
funny.
as it got canceled, Cleveland moved back to Quahog, and it was bad. But anyways, not talking about that. We are talking about the Orville, and it was a really good episode.
It really was. It gave us quite a bit more in-depth view of Lara.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You'll get there, Lieutenant Katarn.
Yeah, Katarn.
Yeah. It gave us a good look into her past. I love that Robert Picardo came in to play her father.
Yes, indeed.
He was hilarious.
Yep.
And you know, I gotta say, though there was a lot of humor in this episode, even though they were dealing with some serious issues, it was well played.
Yeah, it really was.
Especially with how it ended, being a simulation.
You know what? They caught me off guard with it.
Me too. Just a little bit.
I was quite sure that it wasn't going on.
Specifically.
You know,
the moment Gordon died, we knew that.
Yeah.
Actually, we knew that a good bit beforehand. But
I kind of suspected earlier than that, but like Parks, when Nurse Parks died, even with Parks, I'm going like, really? You know,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's not like a main character, but still seems kind of fishy.
Yeah. No, and the cool thing about the episode is that we got to see how the crew of the Orville grieves. I thought that it was really cool that it was something as simple as a fear of fire that was Alara's big fear, because super strength ain't going to really protect you from that.
No.
You burn.
Yep, pretty much.
So I thought that was interesting. But overall, I just thought it was a wonderful episode.
I thought it was too. It was well done. Also, some of that stuff was kind of creepy.
Yeah, the
clown.
Oh, that was a pretty creepy clown. I mean, it wasn't Tim Curry creepy, but it was creepy.
Yep. Yeah, it was. It got worse.
Yeah. Yeah, like at first it was just like, what the? It's a clown.
Yeah.
And then you saw its teeth, and it was like, oh,
dear,
why?
Yeah. I'm like, no. I mean, no. You don't take from it. It's
yeah.
No.
Yeah. But no, it was pretty bad. Also, I've got to say, the small spiders filling the room, far scarier than the big spider that killed Gordon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The big spider not horribly done. You know, I mean, I've certainly seen worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the little spiders were definitely creepier.
Yeah. No, I also really enjoyed when Alara first went to Captain Mercer about seeing the clown.
Right. And
his response was, well, if you're telling me you're crazy, then you're probably not actually crazy.
Right.
And he actually took what she said, and it was one of those really good moments, and this episode actually had a lot of them.
It did.
Where Captain Mercer proved that he was a really good, competent captain.
It's really strange to me, but
It is.
he's yeah.
And when he was speaking with Laura initially after the incident and trying to explain to her, this isn't your fault.
Yeah.
We've all been here, some of us worse than others, and it's understandable to have survivor's grief, but it's not you. And I thought that was just it was really good acting on Seth MacFarlane's part. It was really good writing on Seth MacFarlane's part. It was a wonderful episode.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a surprise for me. I mean, not just the writing and the acting, but from a character standpoint, like from the first episode, which again, not a huge fan, but it's okay.
Incidentally, really good going back and watching a second time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
it got better. Still hate that joke at the end.
I'll have to try again.
Yeah.
But the character that we're seeing him become, I guess, is pretty far, from the character I saw initially, or at least the impression of the character I got initially.
It's very far from the impression I got of the character that was shown in the trailer.
There's a huge difference between that.
The trailer portrayed it as a very different show than what it has turned out to be. And I'm okay with that, because it was meant to say, Seth MacFarlane comedy, come watch, and it worked.
Yep.
And then it turned out to be a different show than that. Yes, it was Seth MacFarlane. Yes, there is comedy, but it's a really good sci-fi space exploratory show.
It genuinely is. Genuinely is. And they're this one, I mean, it had some funny. It had some funny, but it had a lot of not funny.
And like I mentioned earlier, the funny that it had was played really well, so that it made sense with the narrative.
Yeah.
So I was
he's
really damn happy.
He's blending it better and better. Honestly, he really is.
But
what was I going to say? I was going to say something else. That scene with the doctor on the table and
whatnot, my gosh.
Was terrifying.
That was.
I like horror films. I really do, but I don't like gore for the sake of gore. I don't like I like thinking horror movies or sometimes action horror movies, those type of things. But I don't like just gore. And mind you, this had no gore.
No,
but
not at all.
but the concept of like what was going to happen was just terrifying.
It really was, and especially once they had her in the brig and was trying to talk to her, that was actually scarier to me than when she was in sickbay.
And
she was playing it beautifully.
And in both instances, she just played it wonderfully. Just absolutely wonderfully. Like she could pull that off in an actual scary movie if she wanted to.
Actually, I kind of really want to see that now. Speaking of great acting in this episode, the scene where Bortus walks in, there was an alligator in the shuttle bay. I crushed it.
I forgot about the alligator.
I crushed it.
Yeah.
With a chair. He crushed it with a chair. That was just a beautiful scene, and he looked so bewildered.
Yep.
But so proud that he crushed the alligator.
He's good. I like Bortus. He's fun, and actually at the end as well, when they're going over the fears.
Yep.
And his fear is Isaac basically going nuts. And that his reaction, just turning and leaving.
Yep.
I have to go.
It was pretty classic.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's about all we have time for today. We'd love to discuss this episode with you below in the comments. And, of course, if you enjoy the video, smash that like button. And if you haven't already done it, hit the subscribe button, because we are doing this every time a new episode of the Orville comes out. We are also doing this alongside our regular weekly videos. This week, we are talking about Star Wars Battlefront 2, the new video game from EA and DICE and Lucasfilm and Disney and everyone who has any sort of claim to the title. So be sure to check that out. It is out now. So anyways, guys, if you want to find us online, you can find us at www.orcrogues. Also, remember to join myself and Derek here. Yeah, that. www.orcrogues.com. Also, remember to join myself and Derek here every Tuesday night for me at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/orcrogues as I continue my journey through Tales of Berseria. And Derek.
Monday at 2:30 at the moment, Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon. For the love of God, don't come around in the morning because I am not there. Playing Hearthstone, and we will see myself battle through and hopefully get a little higher in the rankings and see what I can do with Arena. Arena's been pretty good lately.
He's going to suck.
It happens on camera. No. It's sad but true.
No, we determined it wasn't the camera. It was people watching.
That's true. That is true.
Anyways, guys, if you want to see that, go
if
check
you want to
it
see
out.
me choke horribly in Hearthstone,
And he will.
Just show up, yeah.
So, yes. Also, remember, if you do want to help support us, we have some things in the works. We are planning a web series. We're also planning a movie at some point soon. We're also in the process, I don't believe I mentioned this last week, we're in the process of developing a board game.
Yes,
we're
we
in
are.
the process of developing a tabletop RPG for all of those Dungeons & Dragons fans out there.
Yep.
We see... whoa.
You're leaving that in, I'm sorry.
That's fair. We do see you out there. So if you want to help support us with that, you can go to www.patreon.com/orcrogues. Any little bit helps, so be sure to do that. And we'll also mention you on the show if you do it.
Yes, we will.
So, yeah. Because,
Give you props.
that
Shout
means
out.
something. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, we are
Orc Rogues.